Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on the channel. Brad Axe, he's now 1-0. And yeah, good to get you back on the channel, Brad. It's been a little bit of a while, but yeah, pleasure getting you on and you're now 1-0.
That's it. Good to be back and ready for what's next now.
Yeah, of course, reflect on your debut. Of course, it was in April. It was April 27th at the Brentwood Centre. You boxed Edgar Comiskey and you won 40-36. And I believe that you were co-main event.
Yeah, co-main event due to ticket sales and stuff. So it was a massive opportunity to box on the top tier show, really, for my debut. And yeah, took it with both hands and a little bit of an awkward opponent. At times he was difficult. I really had to think on my feet, and he come out with the idea, I think, that he was gonna nick a win. Um, so I had to stay switched on and just put on a bit of a display that I can actually box and that I can deal with certain scenarios. So it's good, really. It wasn't just a punch bag, um, or just someone in there who's going to fall over as such. He actually come out to win, and it was good to put on a display of boxing. Good to get the rounds in, and yeah, I'm just ready for the next one now. I've had a little bit of time off. I say time off. 28th September is the next one. Um,
You already got a date booked in.
yeah, got a date booked in 28th September, which is good on a TM14 show. Down at York Hall, so that'll be good.
Oh, cool.
So I start camp. Obviously, I've been ticking over, been getting some good sparring like Nathan Heaney, again, Kieran Conway, some good rounds.
I mean,
But I start camp.
sorry
Go
to
on.
interrupt. Wait, yeah,
That's all good.
you continue.
Yeah, just saying that. So I start camp properly next week, although I've been still sparring and ticking over. So I start my proper camp next week. So straight in the deep end.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, of course, you mentioned Conway and Heaney. Of course, Conway got a big win on Monday. I'm not sure. Did
Yeah,
you watch that fight?
yeah, yeah. Set my alarm for the morning because I had a day off, so set my alarm for nice and early in the morning. Yeah, I watched it. It was wicked. Good for him to get a stoppage. Bit of a KO bonus as well for him. So
Do you think
good.
he'll win the prize fighter?
I think he'll win. I do. Looking, his next fight is going to be the hard one against McKenna.
That's got war written all over it, that one.
Massively, yeah. And then obviously the final will be tough as well. But I think he's got what it takes. I think his experience and his maturity, I think, will get him through it.
Yeah, because he sort of boxed that guy's head off, and then as he saw, and then towards the end, he was finding that backhand, and he thought I could get him out of here, and
I
just
think
didn't.
he knew. I think he knew in 30 seconds that he could have got him out of there.
But he didn't
Really
rush his work, did he?
rushed his work. I think where he hasn't boxed for a little while as well. He took his time, got a few rounds under the belt, and took him out when he wanted to. Obviously Nathan Heaney's boxing this weekend, so that'll be
Brad's
interesting.
pause fight
Yeah, yeah,
rematch.
that'll be good. Yeah, interesting one.
Are you staying on the fence with that one? Would you say?
Obviously, I haven't sparred Brad, so it's hard to sort of say. I've I think Nathan won the last fight, if I'm honest. When you watch it back, and I was watching it live, and I think Nathan did enough. And obviously, having sparred Nathan now, I've got to be Team Nathan and I. So yeah, I think he'll do enough. But Brad is dangerous. Like he's powerful, um, and I think he's gonna, with that anger, a little bit of anger there, thinking he won that last fight. I think he'll come out at him. So it'll be interesting. So looking forward to watching that one.
And the card's quite a good card as well.
Yeah, they are. Those magnificent seven cards. They are wicked. So the Ashley Lane fight, I think that'll be good as well. I've
Yeah.
seen at the press conference they're getting under each other's skin a little bit, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, going back to yourself, of course, your debut, go over it a little bit. I mean, that Comiskey, as you said, he did come to give it a go. He's a bit like he swings, doesn't he, quite a bit.
Yeah,
Sometimes he gets a bit wild, in other words.
yeah, he was very wild at times. Like his head was almost like below my kneecap, and a little bit of amateur style for me. I was almost looking at the ref a little bit, trying to rely on him to sort of tidy it up a little bit. But silly of me, really. It's a pro game. I should have just punched, carried on punching. Do you know what I mean? But we learn each fight, and I think I learned a lot there.
You box quite
And
smart.
I'm in a good position now. Yeah, I think it's frustrating because, as the commentator said on the show as well, like uh, I sort of was building up, telling everyone what I'm going to do and that, and then you get in there with someone like that, and it's hard to sort of put shots together because they're so unorthodox. But the thing is, I got the win there, got the rounds under the belt, and the next fight, I'm going to step up to a 6 rounder straight
Already.
away. Yeah, just because I think for me, I'm 27. If I was like 21, 22, and I had loads of years on,
You want
like
to keep, you
loads of
want
years
to
left, then you could take your time, couldn't you? Whereas now I want to get straight in there, 6 rounder, have
keep
a
the
few
ball
six.
moving.
That's it, mate. That's it. So but the plan is 28th September on this show, and then 30th of November back out on a top tier shows again.
Well, I mean, see, you've already got 2 fights lined up, so hopefully, a big end to 2024. Of course, you've got that one win. Overall, would you say you were happy with your pro debut? Of course, you only get one pro debut.
Absolutely, and I sort of had that in my head massively. I think we spoke about it on the last one. Like you only get one pro debut, and I think it's important to embrace every moment. And I did some work with a mindset coach who I work with a lot now, Al Pepper, and we worked a lot on sort of manifestation and controlling the not anxiety, but the anxious sort of feelings you get building up towards a fight and learning how to control them. And I was able to enjoy and embrace that whole ring walk, the feeling in there, and I loved every minute of it. It was incredible. And I think the occasion of it, obviously, I've had quite a lot of experience as an amateur, but it's just different, isn't it? The atmosphere and it being a pro fight, being on Sky, it was just epic, absolutely epic.
Yeah, and I mean, your fans as well, they came out in full force, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm very grateful to be honest because the sport's been fantastic from the start. Um, for me, if I can do similar sort of numbers in York Hall, it's going to be mega because it's obviously only small. It's small in there, and it's going to be loud. So hopefully, yeah, Scan will come out in full force again, and we'll be on it.
Yeah, and you're going to be fighting at the famous York Hall.
Yeah, it's massive. Like it's one that everyone wants to tick the box of fighting a York Hall, and to do it this early on in my career on a on a good promoter show, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Just want to get back out there now. I'm looking forward to getting back into camp where I've had like a couple of months ticking over and relaxing a little bit. I'm excited now to get straight back into camp and just like I say a couple of fights before the end of the year because that was what I had in my head. I wanted to be 3-0 by the end of the year, and then I can rest a little bit, enjoy Christmas, back on it in January, and then hopefully be back out again in February.
So were you saying these 2 fights at the end of the year, ideally you want them both to be 6 rounds?
Yeah, both 6 rounders, and then sit down, have a little chat with my coach and my manager next year, have a little look where we go from there, maybe look at like a 50-50, um, and then look at titles by the end of next year. That's the plan.
Oh, so yeah, so titles next year, fingers crossed if everything, touch wood goes well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I say, the main thing being my age. I'm 27 now, not getting any younger.
Would that be a Southern area title maybe, or
So at the
obviously
minute, where I'm registered. It's actually in the Midlands, but I've
because you're
recently
from
moved out.
Yeovil, aren't you?
Originally, I'm from Yeovil, yeah, but where I'm in the military, I move about, and the house I was living in is under the Midlands. That's where I'm registered at the minute. However, I've recently moved house, so I think it goes under the Southern area. So, yeah, Southern area. Obviously, it's just been called for Paul Gordon and George Lillard for the middleweight title.
Who've you
Uh,
got for that one?
It's a good fight, but I think I think George is just that extra step. I think he'll beat him. Be a good scrap that though. Um, if it happens, it's one of them. And will it happen? I don't know. Or
Mm.
unless Paul vacates it and goes for something else. There's a lot of exciting fights though in the middleweight division at the minute. Really, it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean that British title being one of them, it's a good sort of I mean, you've got that prize fighter going on, that English sort of level as well as heating up. So, and even the area level as well, and the Commonwealth belts, and there's loads of new belts getting introduced. So there's lots of fights out there for all sorts of belts at the minute.
Yeah, obviously that. Did you watch Jordan Reynolds and Joel Bartel the other day as well?
Yeah, that was at the O2 Indigo on the TM14 Nielsen show.
Yeah, that was classic. It was wicked about that. So obviously Jordan Reynolds won that. I think he's been offered to fight Shuker Thompson, I think, is it?
Yeah, that's it. Thompson.
And then someone else, I think they're for like a global title or something. So yeah, there's loads of fights going on. I've just got to get a few more fights under the belt, and then I can start pushing for those sorts of fights. Really,
Do you know your opponent for September? Have you got your eyes or on anyone, or has your team? Yeah, do you know your opponent, or as of yet not?
not yet. I think it's next week. So the promoter said it'll be next week that it fully gets announced, and names and stuff for opponents we looked at. So, but I'm not too bothered. Like I say, it'll be a journeyman at this stage. This one, the next one, probably a couple of journeymen, and then we'll look at taking on a 50-50 next year.
Oh, good,
Start start building up the rankings.
good stuff, mate. Good stuff. And yeah. And before I let you go, do you want to thank, anyone as always, whether that's your coach, your manager, your trainers, people giving you opportunities to fight, or just anyone?
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out James Sheldon at Empire Management class, and then my coach Chad. My other sponsors as well for your continuous support. Cypress Villa Retreats. Hopefully, going to get another little camp out there before the fight in November, which would be ideal. And then the Custom Wood Company and H&J Renovations. So thank you very much for your continuous support. It means a lot. And like I say, everyone who buys a ticket, they'll be on sale soon. So if you want one, give me a shout.
And from me, thank you for your time as always. Well done on your first win as a pro, and yeah, many more to come, mate.
Means a lot, mate. Thank you very much, and cheers for getting in touch. And like I say, closer to the fight, we can get on board again.
100%, mate. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Nice one, buddy. Bye bye.